So I'm walking here at the Kamu region, Hull River National Park region, on the property of the Jardinas. My name is also Jardina. It's a family property. It's been in the family name since 72. Before that it was just state crown land, and before that the indigenous occupation for the last 40,000 years would have been this region, would have been travelling through this region. And it's primarily paperbark forest, so it's got lots of paperbarks, and I've got a sculpture path down here, so this is where I'm going to for this little video, showing the sculpture path and some of the historical sort of aspects in relation to the sculptures to do with themes of the environment that have occupied my work since 2005, after doing a university course in philosophy. Environmental philosophy was one of the key interests, as well as philosophy of mind and metaphysics. So the sculptures have been, in some sense, and also just the general sort of painterly works too, have been in relation to that aspect. And here is the paperbark forest. So I had a sculpture trail that started in this section here and worked its way around through the paperbark forests, ending up in this section. However, part of it's overgrown over the last 15 years. So I started the project around 2005, got myself a little bobcat and worked the way around. However, I sold the bobcat and I just focused on one of the end sections here, which basically I've developed into kind of a little micro system, which I would call kind of like a micro focus on particular artworks which have, in a sense, occupied some of my thinking in relation to, first, the cassowary, which is related to the environment, and from there I looked at other issues in regards to yoga. So the influence of my Indian sort of philosophical inquiries became more prominent, and from that just different sort of themes emerged. So, I used photography as well within the works. Here's a typical yoga sculpture, and the cassowary, the viewing box, so some of the cassowary sculptures, and yoga sculpture again, cassowary, and of course the Egyptian. So some of the kind of themes relating to indigenous peoples of different areas, Egypt being one, Papua New Guinea had. So I accumulated a few different pieces and then I worked on them in general. However, this particular section here primarily looks at the environmental issue of the cassowary and its endangered sort of status, as well as the Buddhist view. Here's a Buddhist latex Buddha created here. Ooh, a snake, I think, or something like it. No, maybe not a snake. Lizard. There are lots of lizards around here. Oh, there he is. He's up in the tree there. There he is. He's a little lizard. Don't know if you could spot it, but there is the lizard. Yeah, no, difficult to spot with the video. Yeah, the latex Buddha. What is the latex Buddha really about? Well, it was going to be a cement statue, but I decided not to sort of complete that project, and it's become in its own right a sculptural piece. You can see the hollow nature of it here, where the wood has actually been eaten out by termites over the last 10 years. So it's a 10-year-old sculpture, and the outer side of this sculpture is made of fiberglass, which was encapsulating the latex, which was like a sort of liquid rubber that applied over the cement, and this was going to hold the rubber in place once the cement would be poured in there. However, this was built over the top of a piece of wood, and subsequently this was one of my last latex pieces. I let that go and decided to focus more on creating the artworks that are now on my website for the last 4 years since going to India. Been sort of taking another sort of track and trajectory, as is the case. So walking through here, on the other side we see a few different kinds of sculptures that are available in my other videos. So this is like walking along to the other side here, and there's the creek, which had recently been overflowing. However, after a few days of sun or no rain, it subsides and I can walk over the ford. There's a bushfowl. Oh no. No, that sound is the sucking of the water through the pipe. It just sounded like a bushfowl, but it's not a bushfowl.